Welcome back, everybody. Today I'm going to do an unboxing of a new video light that I just picked up. It's the Neewer MS60 mini video light. I picked this up and I paid for it with my own money. There's no sponsors for this video at all because I needed a second light away from my studio that was pretty small. I've got a project, it's a cooking project, and I wanted to be able to do some video and photo near my kitchen, but my kitchen is pretty tiny, so my full rig with a big softbox doesn't fit up there. So I figured I'd get a smaller light, and other than I did take the little sticker off the front here, but I've not unboxed this at all, so we get to see it live together. Flip it sideways so we can get it open here. And I did write down the specs. This is, as I mentioned, the Neewer MS60 LED video light. It's a 65 watt app-controlled 5600 Kelvin daylight video light. They claim 40,000 lux at 1 meter. We will test output and settings here in a bit. They say it's got a CRI of 97 plus and a TLCI of 98 plus, and it's dimmable from 0 all the way to 100. And I believe it's got a mini Bowens mount native, and then they have the adapter to use a full-size Bowens mount. And I actually have Bowens strobes, so I have a lot of Bowens equipment, so that was a plus for me. And this was very inexpensive. It was one of the cheapest lights online where I actually recognized the name. So let's open it up and see what we get. See if I'm more clever than the packaging. There we go. So, looks like it comes with a nice little padded case. That's super nice. Unexpected. It's not normally something I'd expect from such a bargain light. This was under $100 US, quite a bit, under 100 when I picked it up. So, nice little, feels a little bit padded, soft case. Velcro top that serves as a handle. That's kind of nifty. Since I want to use this in portable applications, that might be super handy. It looks like we've got a manual, something that tells us what's in the package, and operations prompt card. Guessing that's a quick start guide. And let's see. So I believe this is the adapter to go from the mini Bowens mount to full-size Bowens. That's nice. Little reflector. Probably won't get a whole lot of use. Tend to want to diffuse stuff. I'm probably going to bounce this off an umbrella when I actually get to using it. You've got a power brick to power it up. Power cord for that power brick. This looks like the mount, this side for the light stand, and this side looks like a 1/4-20 that must screw into the bottom of the light. Looks like a little soft cover for the reflector if you want to use that. Silica packet that reminds us not to eat it. And then the important part, a little light. And this is really small. I've got an Amaran light that I use for my main studio talking head stuff. And this is tiny in comparison. And that's not a big light, but it's the size of a small strobe. This is tiny. Looks like we've got a cover for the front. That's really nice. Some simple mode. It did say it had some special effects modes. I don't know if I'll ever use those. So 2 controls on the back and on off. And it does have app control, which I definitely won't use. Don't need that. So let's see. Let's just, usually these have a release. There we go. A little release on the side there. We'll install the reflector. Goes on easy enough. And on the bottom. So looks like there's a couple ridges on the controller there. That slot into a couple ridges on the light itself. That's handy. There we go. Easy enough. And there is an umbrella mount. Kind of hard to see with this light. An umbrella mount there. I can't talk. I'm definitely going to be using that in the setup that I have. I've got a very cramped space, so I'm probably going to shoot this backwards and onto an umbrella and then back onto the surface. So that ought to work really great. I'm going to stop there for just a second and go plug this in. And we'll do a quick demo here. Then I'll set it up and do a more thorough demo. So I'll be right back. Okay, I got it plugged in and turned off one of my side lights here. So let's turn it on. Ooh, yeah, that's bright. That's really bright compared to the panel light that I had there. Really kind of focused. Looks like there's a little bit of hot spot in the middle. It's not going to matter too much to me since I'm going to shoot it into an umbrella. But if you're using this directly, it does look, you can see that pretty distinctly there. A little bit of a hot spot. That's full on. And you can, of course, turn it down. Looks like the hot spot actually gets worse as it gets close to the bottom of its power. That's at 2. I'll turn it all the way back up. Yeah, nice and bright. This is probably going to work well for what I want to use it for. This is certainly not a light that I'm going to light up a whole room with. A little warning here to people that are strobe sensitive. These special effects do strobe, so if you have a problem with strobing lights, I would fast forward or look away. You can tap this button on the back, change modes, and they have lightning and explosion and welding and a couple of others. I doubt very much that I would ever use one of those, and you can change the intensity and frequency using the other knob. Not something that I probably would ever use, so I'm going to turn it back to just being a light. If you long press on that one, apparently, if you long press on this back one, apparently it'll also tell you the internal temperature of the light. Kind of handy. Just went up a tick there, so we're getting a little warm. I'm going to go grab an umbrella now and leave you once more, and we will do a settings test. Bring a second camera down here and see what kind of aperture and shutter we can get with just this light and an umbrella. So I will be right back. Okay, I've got the light set up, shooting through a shoot-through umbrella. So it's acting kind of like a softbox. It's a little less efficient. You'd probably get more light with an actual softbox. And I just took a reading. At 100%, the light's about 3 feet up shooting through the umbrella. With this little app, we read f-stop at 3.5 at 1/50th of a second at ISO 200. My Olympus cameras use ISO 200 as a base ISO, so that works for me. 3.5 is deep enough for my application. For any video, I'm shooting about 1/48th of a second, so 1/50th is pretty close. So, yeah, I think that's an acceptable amount of light from such a tiny light. It's definitely not going to fill a giant room, but comes with a ton of accessories. Light quality when I shoot it through an umbrella looks pretty good to my eyes. So I think that's going to work really well. I double checked the price of this light. It looks like it's $79.19 right now on one of the big online suppliers. And I don't get paid by anybody if you go out and search that. I'm not going to tell you where I got it, but you can find it pretty easily online for that right now. It's early June 2025. And I think for that price, it's a pretty good value. Using it as a fill light right now, just off a frame, and seems to be doing a good job. It's a little brighter than I usually have this side of my face. Normally, I go for a little bit more dramatic look, but it's doing just fine. It's a little dim if you want a super deep depth of field, or if you're trying to light up a bigger space. But I think if you're in a tight space like this, it's probably only 4 or 5 feet away from me. So works just fine there. And bang for the buck, I think it's a great light. As always, please like and subscribe if you value this content and found it interesting. Good luck in your art journey, and thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.